So just remember that you're not alone in your process. You're not alone in your journey. You're not stuck. You're not lazy. You're still you. And you're becoming the best version of you.
You got problems in your life and you need advice. All you gotta do is ask
Hi,
Chauntel.
guys. It's Chauntel. So, if you're feeling lost or overwhelmed, or in this moment of like something feels off and you can't really identify what it is because everything feels like it should be perfect. It looks good on the outside, right? You got your stuff together. Maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you're a mom, maybe you have a really good job, right? And I'm definitely holding a baby while I'm doing this. But I'm doing this, okay? I'm doing this because it's like I want to put the content out, and regardless to what life brings, I'm committed, okay? So y'all see me momming right now. If you're just in a season of like you don't feel completely connected to yourself, right? For whatever reason, you're not accomplishing all the goals, even though on the outside it feels and it looks like it's right. That emptiness or that disconnection or that misalignment, that feeling, I feel you because I've been there. I've been there and I was there for a very, very long time. Sometimes life seasons, the Bible talks about seasons. To everything, there is a season. One of these seasons is just trusting God and having faith. It's the winter season. Having faith through the mismatch of understanding. Knowing that at the end of the day, God's gonna lift you up and elevate you through it all. But not knowing how you're going to get there. That was my winter season. Trying to figure it out, showing up for everybody, trying to still be myself, but feeling like a shell of myself because I couldn't really fully connect to who I was inside. Because, life, it puts us in survival mode, right? We got stuff to take care of. We don't have time to feel. We don't have time to figure it out. You just have to act. You just have to execute. You just have to do. You just got to get dinner on the table. You got to make sure everybody gets their bath. You got to make sure you did your hair. You got to make sure you're present for your husband and showing love. You got to be the sister and the friend and the cousin and the leader. You got to show up for your content, your followers, your subscribers. You got to show up at work. You got to still try to fit in a hobby because you're supposed to, but you hadn't quite figured out how it all adds up. That's your winter season. And God showed me all these things and I just muddled it all up. But I just continue to have faith. And having faith when you can't see and you're feeling a lot of things, that's hard. And from this, I'll tell you, that verse is so true. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. They will walk and not faint. That season created an undeniable strength in me that I'm carrying with me into the next life season. And I want to bring you guys on this journey. I introduced to you guys that, I'm trying something different this time. I'm changed. God has worked within me deeply, within my spirit. And there's something so special about that cannot be measured in numbers, but it can be measured in feeling. Because when God gives you peace, it gives you a peace that surpasses all understanding. We may not have the words to express how we feel or what's deep inside, but when we let God lead us and we follow and we walk with Him, ow, it hurts at first, but then it leads to something beautiful because you have a new sense of purpose. He molds you, he makes you, he shapes you into who you are meant to be. And although that could be very frustrating in the moment for somebody like me who likes to control it all, I've learned that when you say, Jesus, take the wheel, and you lean on him, he will give you all the strength, all the answers, everything you ever thought you needed, even through pain, even through disappointment, even through frustration, even through misalignment. So then God met me exactly where I am with beautiful children like the you hear, with a beautiful life. And although I hadn't completely connected it all together, he showed up for me and he'll show up for you too. And I've created this whole little world that I want to share with you guys. And I'm just going to introduce the character to you. Her name is Amaya, and she is an example of my spirit in its purest form. And she lives in the becoming kingdom. So I'm here to tell you that I hope that you join me for this journey of self-discovery with all the ups and the downs of life and motherhood. But I'm just here to tell you, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling misaligned, if you're trying to connect to who you really are inside, just know that God is with you through the process and he will give you the desires of your heart if you just keep on showing up. And I'm going to tell you, this is not how I planned for this video to go today, but I decided I'm going to do it anyway. And sometimes that's the only way to get through a winter season. Just keep showing up, even if it doesn't look like anything is growing. It's happening on the inside. Did you know that mushrooms grow in the dark? Not in the light, but in the dark. There's something so special about growing in private, because then when you come out in public, you're like a beautiful mushroom, a beautiful flower. Something so special about that. So just remember that you're not alone in your process. You're not alone in your journey. You're not stuck. You're not lazy. You're still you, and you're becoming the best version of you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Hugs and kisses.